ascending the throne, there was no shortage of luxury for Yazid. The world was full of adornment with the presence of throne, wealth, and luxury in front of him. However, there was something disturbing him and making him angry, and that was the refusal of the few men to swear allegiance, among whom was Imam Hussein. Yazid's psyche could not bear it in any way. The intoxication of adolescence and alcohol, pride of a kingdom gained without hard work and toil, the pride of the success of his father's efforts, and the arrogance of governing so many countries. These were the things that made Yazid worry about getting allegiance from Imam Hussein and a few other people. There is no doubt that the silence from all of them, especially from Imam Hussein, was as hard on Muawiyah as it was on Yazid. But Muawiyah knew the consequences of violence, and Yazid did not. The tactical approach was not adopted by Yazid, but events compelled Muawiyah's attitude to be a source of encouragement for Yazid's next steps. For example, when Muawiyah reached Medina, he addressed Imam Hussein with these words:
"You are like a sacrificial animal whose blood is boiling. I swear to God this blood will be shed."
So, the first political thing that Yazid did as soon as he ascended the throne was to write a letter to his cousin Walid bin Utbah bin Abu Sufyan, who was the ruler of Medina after Marwan bin Hakam at that time. The letter only mentions Muawiyah's death, in formal words that were written as news of death, but at the same time, another small pamphlet was sent to Walid. The point was to force Hussein and Abdullah bin Umar and Abdullah bin Zubair to take the oath of allegiance and not to let them leave until they gave the oath of allegiance to Yazid. Yazid's letter reached Walid. Although Walid was Abu Sufyan's grandson and Muawiyah's nephew, he was to some extent impressed by the greatness and personality of Imam Hussein. So he consulted Marwan bin Hakam, who was in Medina at that time. Although there had been so much tension between him and Marwan since the time of Walid's coming to power in Medina that Marwan had not talked to Walid, but at that time Walid felt the need to involve Marwan in the consultation, perhaps because the behavior he wanted to adopt was not against Umayyad politics, or Marwan may carry out espionage or gossip against him. Marwan, who had committed such mischief during the time of the Messenger of Allah that the Messenger of Allah had expelled him and his father from Medina, said that,
"Do not worry about Abdullah bin Umar and Abdul Rahman bin Abi Bakr. They will not seek the caliphate, but Hussein bin Ali and Abdullah bin Zubair might. So call these people now and ask them to swear allegiance to Yazid before the news of death of Muawiyah spreads, and if they do not swear allegiance, then kill them. Otherwise they will start inviting people to their side."
Walid felt that he could not fully follow this advice, but he sent Abdullah bin Umar bin Osman, a young boy for Imam Hussein, and Abdullah bin Zubair. They were sitting in the Prophet's mosque at that time, and the boy delivered the message that Walid had called them. Abdullah bin Zubair said,
"What could be the reason for calling him at this time? What do you think?"
Imam Hussein said,
"I think that we have been called for swearing allegiance to Yazid."
Abdullah bin Zubair said,
"I think so too. Then what should be done now?"
The Imam said,
"I am gathering the young men of my family and going there with all of them. I will make them stand at the door and I will go inside."
Abdullah bin Zubair said,
"I fear for your life, lest you be killed."
He said,
"Don't worry, there will be no danger, God willing."
Imam Hussein went to his house, and after gathering members and dignitaries, arrived at the door of Walid. He said to his companions,
"Stay at the door and I will go inside. If I call you or you hear that Walid's voice is loud, then all of you should come inside, and if not, then all of you should stay until I come back."
The Imam went inside. Walid and Marwan were sitting side by side, and there was total silence. Imam Hussein said,
"Unity is better than conflict. May God make your relationship healthy.
There was no answer, and Imam sat down. Walid read Yazid's letter. The Imam said,
Verily we belong to Allah, and verily to Him do we return. May God grant you patience with this trouble. The thing about allegiance is that you may not consider the pledge of allegiance of a person like me secretly unless it is done openly and people should know about it.
Walid said,
Of course, you are correct.
The Imam said,
Then when you announce the death of Muawiyah in public and take allegiance for Yazid from all the people, then tell me so that this case may be decided once and for all.
Walid was probably thinking that as soon as he heard the question of allegiance of Yazid, he would be ready to oppose and respond very strongly, and in that case, he wondered what form I would have to take to comply with Yazid's knowledge. Now, when he heard such a gentle reply from him, he was happy. Marwan was still sitting quietly, watching the situation. Now, when he saw Walid's behavior, he said helplessly,
Walid, are you mad? If Hussein got out of your hands today and did not swear allegiance, then there will be no such opportunity until many people on both sides don't get killed. It is better to arrest them now and not to let him leave your house until he has sworn allegiance or has been killed.
On hearing this, Imam Hussein became angry and stood up saying,
Are you trying to scare me? You have become a sinner by God.
Saying this, he came out and returned home with his companions. Marwan said to Walid,
You did not obey me. Now such an opportunity will not come.
Walid said,
Marwan, by God, I will not accept all the wealth of the East and the West if I have to kill Hussein for it.